Well, you're back in the coaching ranks now on potentially a long playoff run. What's your thoughts with the Raiders so far after winning 2 playoff series?
When you have expectations to go far, like we have in the past with Port Hope, it's been a fun season. It's been a learning experience for me, especially being on the assistant side of things and not being the lead dog. So, it's been a lot of ups and downs this year, as far in a good way, but as far as learning and this group coming together, especially with the guys coming from Port Hope and myself and just the different flavors coming together. So it's been fun watching it all come together.
Talk about your role as an assistant coach. What's your area of expertise that they have you focusing on?
For me, mostly defensive side of the puck. I've always taken pride in that. That was my biggest thing in Port Hope. In Port Hope when I was there, John Foley used to look after my power play, and of course I oversaw everything, but he looked after that. And as far as the PK, Jay Knuth and that would look after the PK, and I've always taken pride in the defensive side of the puck. So it's just sort of a kind of an easy transition for me for here.
Let's talk about those 4 Port Hope players that you mentioned. What kind of an impact have they had on the hockey club this year?
Huge. I mean, in my opinion, last year and in years past, they've always been impact players individually, but as a collective group, they certainly can be a top line, and Greg has really developed himself into an elite defenseman at this level for sure.
You look back to your Port Hope time. How can you compare the Panthers' run of 3 years and the potential of the same run like this with the Raiders? Any comparison?
Oh, there's definitely a lot of comparisons. You take the 3 teams to this team. This team reminds me a lot of the second year that we went to the finals in a lot of ways. The only thing different in this team to that team was I feel like we're a lot deeper here. I think we have 4 strong lines here that can score at any given time and be an impact. Defensively, on the defensive end, I think we have 6 defensemen that can play and play on pretty much any role. They've done a fantastic job, and our goaltending is fairly strong. So, we've to compare the 2 teams, are pretty evenly matched that way. But depth-wise, I think that this team edges that team.
Even though you're not the head coach here, the assistant from your Port Hope days, is there anything that from then that maybe you've changed in your coaching philosophy now?
Patience. You just sometimes you got to take things as they come. You can't get excited, and every day is a new challenge. So, learning from those mistakes and things that we've the challenges that we've come into, especially in a series where you're down, or or in a game for that matter where you're down, and not getting too excited, and just go through the process, and that's what this is all about. It's the process for sure.
And let's talk about, we're talking before Game 1, your opponent in round number 3 of this, as I say, potentially could be a long playoff run, the Uxbridge Bruins.
Yeah, they're a solid hockey team right from the back end up. I mean, obviously, McConkey, their goaltender, is a very solid goaltender, and he's proven that all season, and obviously in their start of their run. And defensively, they haven't given up a ton. And they're a large, heavy team that's physical, and they have the potential to score a lot of goals up front. They do have some talented forwards. So, we got to be very mindful of that, and we got to stay out of the box and be disciplined, and we got to take advantage of our opportunities when we get our chance.
Matt, all the best. It's been a pleasure, and all the best in the upcoming playoff against the Uxbridge Bruins.
I appreciate that. Thanks.